Chair. Thank you. Mr. Costello, another new member who asked to be on this committee from the great state of Pennsylvania. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And applying my experience as a real estate lawyer who's been involved in acquisition and land use approval and development and construction matters, but not focusing on what happened pre-bid award to KT. I want to share a couple observations with you, and looking through the materials, I'm just going to cite right from them. First, the CBCA finding that the VA delayed progress of construction by delaying the processing of design changes and change orders, quoting, much of the blame for this situation must be ascribed to the VA by failing to control the joint venture design team, delaying approval of the design, presenting KT with a design which was allegedly complete but required an enormous number of modifications, failing to process change orders for approximately 1 year. And then you look at Mr. Chang's emails, two in particular stand out. A June 12, 2013 email where he says, we hired a senior resident engineer who's never done anything that we have been doing in CFM, but he won't take advice from those who came from the VA system. The budget, schedule, and scope are not in control. I have no clue when this project is going to be finished and how much it is going to cost when this project is done. That was in June of 2013. It concerns me from a construction management perspective, again, leaving aside the design aspects that went into the actual bid to which the contract was awarded. It concerns me from a construction management perspective that the moment that someone within the VA organization would send an email like that or feel that way, that it wouldn't simply freeze at that point and say, this problem is too big for us. We need to go somewhere else and get subject matter expertise. Because when you are designing, when you are managing a construction project, and when you are bringing into the fold construction management firms or a construction manager, you're not hiring them for a project that 95% of which is going to go right. There's always going to be modifications or change orders along the way. You're hiring that construction management firm or individual for when things are going to go really, really bad so that it doesn't become worse. And when you go back, I think it's a year earlier in an email, Mr. Chang indicates, all I can say, this is a year prior to the email that I just cited to, all I can say is the storm is coming. How we got into this mess, it's simple. Scope, schedule, and budget were not managed. No leadership, no knowledge and experience in this business, not following handbook, no skill in organization. That points to, I think, a much more fundamental dynamic here, which is that subject matter expertise on very sophisticated construction projects like this do not reside in the VA. And so moving forward, similar to what Congressman Rowe said and other members here, I just question whether as part of a general budget, we should be looking to fill subject matter expertise of that sophistication when it's really better outsourced. And so I'd like you to share your comments moving forward on the types of questions you're going to be asking yourself and what you're going to be presenting to the chairman in this committee on whether maybe you just don't want to be in the business of building hospitals. Maybe that's something better outsourced so that, frankly, again, looking at what the CBCA's findings were, a lot of the additional at least some of the additional cost is actually a function of not merely mismanagement, but not managing it. It's not just the design, it's the management or the lack of management here that's caused further delays and caused further expense. And I think that that's the real troubling, that's a deeply troubling aspect of the overall problem.
I'm sure you understand, based on your experience, that using a construction contract vehicle such as IDC or construction management at risk, in order for that to work effectively, you have to have very strong project leadership on the job. And frankly, we didn't have it. And those emails and the things that you just read make it very clear that we did not have it. I would love for you to have the opportunity to come visit this facility today and sit down and spend time with the project engineer, project executive on this particular facility and surmise from your own objective observations whether or not that's the kind of person we want leading complex projects, whether we do our own hospitals in the future or not. I've already put that on the table, and I said perfectly willing for us to look at that. All I'm after is what's best for veterans, what's the right thing for taxpayers. And if that means turning over major hospital construction to the Corps of Engineers, I think that's fine. But that's a big decision. Let's make it an informed decision.
And my only follow-up to that would simply be, within a project this big, you're talking about a team of highly skilled professionals,
Yes.
and all of whom not only hold the project accountable, but hold one another accountable.
Yes.
And the other underlying concern here is that there was not, I feel, at least from what I've seen, a lot of accountability within that team.
There was not.
That led to even more
right.
runaway expense, and I think that really is a testament to what happens when we try and have bureaucracy. And this isn't a criticism directed at you, but a more broader point. That's what happens when we have bureaucracy trying to do too many things rather than what they're specifically designed to do. And what you're specifically designed to do is not build hospitals. Thank you.